Hi guys, Glenn Ingram here, the Web Accessibility Guy. Say, I've been asked the question a lot by business owners. Why does my website have to work for disabled people? The simple answer is there's not a simple answer, so I'll try and make it as simple as I can. In 2010, at an anniversary ceremony to commemorate the original Americans with Disabilities Act, then President Obama suggested that it should be expanded, is the Americans with Disabilities Act, to include digital properties. So that was 10, almost 11 years ago. So what has happened in that time frame since then is starting in the mid 2000 teens, attorneys with relationships with either disabled people or disabled foundations or organizations began suing business owners because their websites didn't work for disabled people, citing different parts of the Americans with Disabilities Act. So that was kind of a crazy gray area that basically created what I believe attorneys refer to as case law. So basically laws that were created by lawsuits that made it illegal and more predominant for businesses to be sued because their websites didn't work for disabled people. Along with that, different states have started implementing policies, laws, and procedures, such as in, I believe it was June or July of 2017, under then Governor Jerry Brown, California instituted two different laws. They had AB 434 that was introduced and approved that made it discrimination for a business website to not work for people with disabilities and tied that into businesses that have government contracts or nonprofits. That's real similar to the federal rule 508. They also expanded what was called what is called the Unruh Act. That's UNRUH. I believe Mr. Unruh was the Secretary of State of California at one time. So if you look up Unruh Act sections 51 and 52, you'll see where they made it discrimination in the state of California for a business website not to work for someone with disabilities. Now, what was very important with this one is it also added minimum punitive damages to a business should they be sued by someone with disabilities. So who's responsible for this? Politicians, basically, in a nutshell, and attorneys that have started some of these lawsuits over the past 6-7 years. So what's that mean for you? Your website needs to be accessible. You're violating some state laws, and it doesn't matter if your business is based in California or not. We're seeing lawsuits by people in California, in state and federal court, for businesses that are outside the state of California, throughout the US, even outside the country. We've seen companies that were based in Australia that were sued last year out of Orange County, California. Conversely, now that some of these other circuits of the United States court system have kind of changed maybe their mentality or their approach or their opinions with regards to accessibility, I've actually been part of working with companies based in New Jersey, sued out of California, based in California, sued out of Pennsylvania. So it really doesn't matter where your business is. You have liability. You can be sued if they can find your website. So I'm not trying to scare anyone. I just want business owners to know the true climate they're working in. I think small businesses are being faced with enough with COVID, with what's been going on with regards to shutdowns and things like that. They really don't need one more nail in the coffin, if you will, and to be sued because their website does not work for someone that has a disability when they didn't know. If you know about this and make the decision not to, well, then shame on you. But what I just want to make sure is the first time that a small business owner hears about this is not in the form of a lawsuit. You should at least be educated so you can make an informed decision and determine if the risks are worth taking. One thing to keep in mind, and I keep saying this often through a lot of these videos, is when you do make a website that works for everyone, you increase your customer pool by nearly 20%. So just keep in mind, it may be an expense, it may be a little bit frustrating, but it will give you a return on that investment. If you're building a website that works properly with disabled people, it also is going to work better with Google and probably bring you more clients. Hope this was helpful, everyone. Have a good day.